You see that yesterday's game that the one between Portugal and Germany, that's exactly my kind of game. I told you guys I was looking forward to it because I knew it was going to be nothing short of entertaining. And somehow I suspected that the goals would just come pouring in, and that's exactly what happened. Just when I was thinking that Italy had managed to secure the award for the highest scoring team for this Euro 2020, Germany came from nowhere and like scuttled the record. Are you joking? It's Blue Sports TV people. What's up? What's happening? So yesterday, was an outing between Portugal and Germany. Initially, the first goal when it came, I felt like okay, Portugal are going to be like the real threat. I mean, the first like 15 minutes, it appeared that the German side were on a back foot. And I was just wondering for how long am I going to just keep hoping and, wishing and maybe expecting some goals. Then everything switched. It was more so dramatic than anything else. I mean, the game was more dramatic than anything else. Um, they keep it was just swinging like a pendulum. One side will want to press and press like their lives depend on it, and then on the other minute, in the next minute, it will just flip, and the Portugal side will now be pressing. And then just around like against the run of play, Portugal scored their first goal by obviously Ronaldo. And by the way, he has two more goals to beat this Ali Days, the Iranian, highest goal scorer. He has just two more goals to beat his record, and I know he would, if they make it out of the death group as it is. So game ended in a 4-2, with Germany, having the this. And by the way, congratulations once again to Kai Havertz. I can't even say anything like, anything concerning Kai Havertz and keep a straight face because I mean the young man has constantly steady being very impressive. Yesterday he was at his best. He was very instrumental to the three goals and the virtually all the goals, right? Aside the own goal, by Ruben Diaz, which completely shattered me. He also scored the third one all by himself. And let's not even start talking about how he was able to run Pepe ragged. I mean, in case you don't know, Pepe is one of the defenders, Portugal defenders. So the guy was just everywhere, every side and every corner I turn, I see Kai Havertz. He was just too good, and he played Joachim Low played 3-4-3 with Nabry, Kai Havertz, and of course Müller, at the front, and it was the synergy was very palpable, and they played well. Take nothing away from the Portuguese side because I mean they also came prepared, like very prepared, and they played their hearts out. But there'll always be a winner somehow. And I want to start talking about the England Scotland outing. That one just left me, all fussy and all that. How could that happen? It ended up in a stalemate, like 0-0. Was it like a bromance or something? Away from that one. I wanted goals. It didn't happen. It just didn't happen. I won't take anything away from the boys. I mean, Mason Mount. I don't know. I like it's almost like an obsession, right? I talk about him every time because he's that good. He played his heart out, but then I don't know what happened. The Scotland side just refused to budge, and their defense was top notch, and it ended up being as boring as it was annoying. So away from that, by the way, Italy, I have been like there's been like a little battle in my head who is likely to be the winner, and Italy has just been proven this. I mean, they are proven quality side, tested and trusted. Sorry, and they've won all their games. They've not even lost anyone. They were the first to open up the opening match, and against Hungary, and that was like 0-0, and they have been really really steady, been improving and all that. A manager like Mancini, is not going to be anything, short of the best, if you ask me. And they're looking to me with their poise, with their form, and the quality they've been able to put out since the beginning of the tournament. I think this is tongue in cheek. I'm not making any predictions. I'm not being prophetic. I'm not, even trying to jinx anything. But it looks to me like they are really like in the top form, and they are likely to go far. Let me just leave it at that. Let me not say they're going to win, okay, but they're going to go far, because they are quite formidable. All right, so they are top right now on their stage, on their group, sorry, and that's Group A. So here are what it looks like on the group standings. In Group A, Italy has 6 points. Of course, they're the top in Group A, and the bottom is Turkey. And they have a game today, an outing today, this afternoon with Wales, who, by the way, the second in the group. And then in Group B, Belgium, obviously, the top in the group with 6 points, and then the bottom, and now with the bottom being Denmark. And how sad it is. I mean, if for anything, I wanted, just because of that sentimental attachment I have, with Christian Eriksen, I was hoping that they don't just drop out at the group stages. I mean, I was hoping that they advance further beyond the group stage. I mean, who could have thought that Denmark used to be very tough in those days? It used to be really, really tough. I mean, you talk about one of the tough teams, you'll be looking at Denmark. Then, I mean, I had fears for, I used to know that they are really good, okay? I know Denmark were really good. I know Sweden then were really good. I mean, off the top of my head, but I don't really know what happened. If they're going to make it out of this dead group, I have no idea. But I pray for Christian Eriksen's sake that they do. Well, away from that. And then Group C, Netherlands, obviously the top in their group. And then the bottom is North Macedonia. And then in Group D, Czech Republic are the top with 4 points. England, the second with 4 points. Scotland, the bottom with just a point. And promises are there for England. I should say that, right? 32nd. Well, it remains to be seen what happens and who makes it out of the group, and advances to the knockout stage, hopefully, to make it out, just for my sentimental attachment to the English side. And yeah, moving on. So on the Copa America side of things, Argentina beats Uruguay 1-0 with the help of, guess who? Lionel Messi. So it was like another intro I was looking forward to. I wanted to see what it would look like, for Messi to be playing against Suarez, and it gave me one entertainment. I wondered. So it ended up, on a 1-0 with Argentina being tops on their group. That's Group A. All right. And today Venezuela will be out with Ecuador. So that's just about it for the Copa America. So moving on to the transfer news. It's still nothing really fancy, still circulating around speculations, around like permutations and all that. And that's one of the most boring things ever. All right. But as it is now, it looks like Manchester United are just this close to clinching Rafael Varane than Chelsea would ever be. They have a meeting this week. I mean, the Manchester United management and the Rafael Varane. By the way, Rafael Varane is touted arguably to be one of the best defenders in the world. And I think Manchester United are closer than, from going by what is, going around the news out there. And while I don't feel too comfortable with that, I feel it's still okay, so that the Chelsea side can channel all their energy mostly in trying to woo and get this Haaland, and maybe try to not miss out on Achraf Hakimi. And talking about Achraf Hakimi, there are clauses attached to his possibility of coming over to the Chelsea side. They are making very, will I say, no, Inter Milan are making very, I won't call it unrealistic demand, but I think a demand is a demand, okay? They demand to have like 5 swaps for just one person. And then they're looking at getting Emerson. Emerson's already on his way out anyway. Like Kepa Arrizabalaga, the very expensive Spanish goalkeeper that Chelsea bought that didn't quite perform. Tammy Abraham. And then, I don't know. They just want like so many for just one head. their demands is not completely out of reach. If that's what it takes, I think it's okay, but only if it's going to be financially prudent. This, speculation that Real Madrid are interested in TIMO Werner. Well, Tuchel has quashed that he made it very clear that TIMO Werner is not for sale, and he just echoed my thought. TIMO Werner is not for sale. I think he's still very relevant. He's not scoring as much. But he has his own nuisance value as well, so he might as well stay. I don't think he's for sale. I wouldn't even think he should be for sale. Even if he's not scoring, he's creating opportunities. He runs, with his very pacey nature, he creates opportunities. Take nothing away from him. The victory, Chelsea's victory over Man City, the Champions League outing, Timo Werner was definitely instrumental. He made the passes, the runs that created that chance for Kai Havertz. So I think to a very large extent, he's not scoring, has his own value, and like I said earlier, he has his own nuisance value, so he stays. Moving on from there, guys, Manchester City are interested in Jack Grealish. At some point, Chelsea also had an eye on him. It also, seemed like Manchester United had an eye on him. Quite a lot of the clubs, were interested in Jack Grealish. All right, they just wanted to pull him out from Aston Villa. See, it's not enough that he's playing for a team that is not as tough as the top four. And now, but it seems like Manchester United have kind of taken their interest a little bit away from him, and they're now concentrating more on Jadon Sancho, who they have been very obsessed, with since 2017. What we will eventually end up with is still, it's anyone's guess, right? So football lovers are worried that if Manchester United, if they're able to secure Jadon Sancho, right, it might kind of rattle Mason Greenwood's opportunity, his playing time opportunities, because they are just as good. Mason Greenwood has been wonderful. He's just 21 years. He has been very pivotal in the affairs of Manchester United, the striking dynamics and all that. But I do not have an idea how much of a success they will have with securing Jadon Sancho. Today would be the match between Italy and Wales, and then Switzerland and Turkey. And then keep an eye on that one. So guys, the next season is officially just a breath away. So who else is excited? It will start on the 13th of August, and Chelsea will be playing on the 14th of August with Crystal Palace. I'm excited for that one, okay, because the season is just around the corner, and I'm looking forward to that, right? Just within 8 weeks. Whoops. So guys, that's just about it for today, and I'll keep talking about OTP. I implore you to join me on that voyage. OTP off the pitch is something I'm sure you would definitely enjoy, because you're going to have the opportunity to see the other side of these players, and how their downtime mostly. I just get excited talking about this because it's something I'm also looking forward to, because I know, if I say so myself, that it's going to be an interesting one. So you don't want to miss that one, right? I'm still going to shamelessly ask that you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already subscribed, and if you think you want to get a first class or a VIP notification, yeah, it's just a click away, and then have all the videos served to you on a platter. And then just like I'm having fun and I'm loving up liking this video, go ahead and do same, right? It's always a delight when I come on here to banter a little bit about what happens in the world of football. That alone has been very therapeutic for me. It has managed to keep me straight and narrow, and I wish you could see through it. All right, so guys, that's just about it for today, and more of this will come your way sooner than later. So in the meantime, have yourself a very fantastic Sunday, and take care of yourself. Be good, take care, be your best friend. Like I always say, my new mantra: be your best friend and take care of yourself. Bye.